I was force-fed human meat by the cannibals, actually.
So, Tasty, here's the thing, is I kind of hold this philosophy for movies and TV shows where I do no research, I keep away from the movie prior to seeing it so that it's all very exciting and new. When there's nothing spoiled, I have no idea what's going to happen. And I did that for you. So just so I can unravel all of you here, because I've heard your name, I've seen you on Twitch, I've seen you pop up on YouTube, and once Nine Rain said your name, I was like, all right, I can't look at them, I can't research this, because it's all happening here. So now
there's definitely a lot to unravel. So I think that's a pretty good philosophy.
So you're like a complex person? You'd think about yourself? Hardly. Okay.
Hardly. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, me and Nine Rain are very complex people. So
I can tell. I get that kind of vibe from you guys.
Like a good Merlot.
Yeah.
Is Merlot complex? I don't know.
I don't even know what that is.
Be.
Yeah,
you
no,
gotta
I have no
uncork,
idea.
You got to let it rest for, half an hour.
Yeah. So, all right, here's what I know.
Speaking of, real quick, we uncorked right before we went live.
Wow, toxic.
Tasty, you and I.
Did we?
Yeah.
You did what?
I mean, I guess we kind of did, yeah.
Yeah, the cold shower gang.
I guess that counts.
Oh yeah. What
we
was that
did.
about?
I do feel kind of. I
feel good. I'm buzzing, dude.
It is a good feeling.
I'm vibrating.
You took cold showers, like actually?
We actually did. That was not a joke. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know that showers weren't a joke, but like
it's a thing that we do.
You both.
I don't do that. That's not a thing I do, but I did do it.
You did actually take a cold shower, is what you're telling me.
Yeah. Well, it was Luke cold.
What is Luke cold?
It's like lukewarm, but the opposite. It's Luke cold.
It's the principle.
Yeah. I live in Arizona, so my water, like, we don't really get cold water. It's bridging on 100 degrees here, so we don't have cold things.
Yeah, I've been to Arizona a few times, and it was just as hot as where I grew up in Las Vegas. So anytime I went to like Scottsdale or Phoenix or anything, I was like, oh, it's just we were in one state before and now we're here. So nothing's changed. I don't miss the dry heat. That sucks for you. Glad that your shower is capable of doing cold things.
I don't go outside.
That's fine. I don't either. That's fantastic.
Yo, does that bucket behind you say Raid?
It's my Raid bucket. Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna ask you if that was a Raid bucket.
Yeah, it's a Raid bucket. Yeah.
I don't know what
does that mean? What is that doing?
That's
so it comes from my World of Warcraft days, but it is applicable in RuneScape. A Raid bucket was for when you're raiding really hard. You're like mid-boss fight, and you can't go to the bathroom or anything.
Right,
so
Raid bucket.
You got to piss in the Raid bucket.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Did you ever
use
use
that? Symbolic. It's symbolic at this point. I will not disclose whether or not I've used it, but it is.
Okay.
It is there. I'm just gonna say that.
That's fine. I respect that. I respect.
I mean,
that.
I don't mind if you use it as long as you clean it. That's cool with me.
Jesus Christ! You just took like a gas canister out from nowhere and just
you
drank
like
it,
thing?
dude. Oh my god!
Yeah, this is my half-gallon Yeti.
Yeti.
Shout out
my
the Jug Gang.
half-gallon Yeti, dude. That's like
we're a force to be reckoned with.
That thing is like 45 pounds, man.
Yeah, it's big. It's a big.
And then the Yeti logo adds like an additional $120 to it. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's about $120 actually. Kind of
there you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it's worth it because I like to hydrate. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you ever fill up the Raid bucket.
This thing.
It's handy.
More than enough to fill
it's
up the
handy.
Raid. Did we start the podcast? Are we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
okay,
going.
all right.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure.
I know it doesn't feel like it. It's just, but that's kind of the point.
Yeah, it's
like
like
when
when
people
it happens.
Okay.
Like,
but people ask me when I tell them that I do a podcast, they're like, "What is it about?" And I'm like, "Well, people, I guess. Sometimes it's about nothing."
you ever talk with someone before?
Yeah, I
It's
don't know.
like that.
It's
Except
the
have it
Seinfeld
archived.
of Podcasts.
Yeah.
I like it.
Wait a minute. Something else. Have we been called that before, Jimmy?
What?
The Seinfeld of Podcasts?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Maybe someone described my YouTube content that way. I can't remember.
Yeah, dude,
I
you
don't
and
know.
Jerry Seinfeld just like the same person. To be
I've
honest.
never watched Seinfeld, and I don't like Jerry Seinfeld's stand-up, so I didn't know how to take it.
Well, his stand-up is bad, but Seinfeld is a really good show.
You know, I don't think his stand-up is bad. Maybe his old stuff.
It's dated. It's kind of dated.
I saw Jerry Seinfeld live in New York 2 years ago, and it was actually really good.
He still does stand-up.
He still does stand-up. It's all
I
new
would
material.
absolutely go. I would go to a show for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even like his stuff, and I would go just because you're like, oh, it's Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, I saw Jerry Seinfeld. Yeah, that was great. It was great. What do you a performance? You call it a performance? Live stand-up?
I don't know what else you would call it.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it just sounded weird to say out loud, like a performance.
It was a moment.
It was a good moment.
Yeah.
It's a battle pass moment. That's my new saying recently.
I cut you
battle
off,
pass.
Jimmy, about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. I remember. I was just saying what I do know about Tasty,
Yes.
and that's the fact that he plays RuneScape, the old school version of it.
That's correct.
You stream on Twitch. You also do YouTube videos.
Yep.
And based on a thumbnail that you integrate RuneScape concepts and things into the real world in like a California on style, which is where I made the Cass and She cross reference.
Yeah. That's a pretty good way to describe it. I don't know. I'm still kind of discovering my YouTube style, but I think there's a lot of untapped market potential out there.
Oh yeah.
So I kind of like the IRL crossover. People tend to like that. It's interesting how it does on YouTube, like metric wise. Like those tend to be the videos that people know me for. It's the videos that I feel like YouTube recommends the most. But statistically, in terms of like click through and watch time, they're always my worst. They're always quite low down. But I don't know if that's because I'm like in the RuneScape algorithm, and RuneScape players only like watching RuneScape and they don't like the real world stuff, or just anything other than just RuneScape gameplay.
I have a guess.
Please let me hear it.
I think it's because, first of all, good click-through rate and good views because it's interesting, and the thumbnails are good. And it's new. You see it and you go, oh, okay, well, I wonder what that's like. But it's a video that you actively watch, and people are not good at actively watching on YouTube.
That's fair.
If you're doing something familiar and comfortable, RuneScape progressy, kind of whatever, they'll just kind of leave it on the second monitor and let the whole video play.
That actually would fit pretty well with my findings, because my pure kind of low edited, just kind of long form RuneScape videos always have stellar watch times. And like to me, that's not the type of video that I would typically think would have that, but yeah, it's interesting to see how it works.
Do you enjoy making the IRL stuff more or less or the same? Or
that's a pretty good question. I think on one hand, I like the end product a lot more.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a more appealing video. I think it can have a much higher, well, maybe not much higher, but on average, I think there's like a higher ceiling, like content quality ceiling to an IRL style video than just a pure RuneScape video. But they're also a lot more difficult to make, and they are very much subject to like real life RNG. Like when we go out,
if something interesting happens,
right, then it can be great. But like I've actually filmed several, or I've attempted to film several, that just went nowhere, and we had no usable footage, and it was a waste of a weekend.
Yep. I feel like a relatable experience is if Jimmy, if we're doing some kind of RP style video where the point is to have moments happen organically, or maybe even a little bit forcibly, but so maybe not totally organically, but you're there for like whatever's happening in the moment, and you want to like capture that and then put that in a video. Sometimes I've recorded tons of footage where sometimes you're just like, that was 4.5 hours and we got nothing.
So, it happens.
No.
Yeah, it's not a good feeling either.
No.
And
I did that yesterday.
What'd you do?
I was recording a bunch of Sea of Thieves yesterday, and then at the end of like 4.5 hours, I was like, I got nothing.
Got nothing. Yeah.
I haven't played that game in like 2.5 years, so a lot of it was like learning curve.
Well, it's nice with video games for stuff like that because, I mean, that happened to me with Valheim. But like, if you know you want to make something with it, then you get people that know that you want to do it. So I grabbed you and Nicole and Charborg, and I was like, we're going to go make a video. And then all of you are like consciously thinking about it, and everyone's on the same page that a video is happening, so you can make it happen. Whereas like in your case, where you're going out to find strangers and RNG is dependent on people who have no idea what the fuck's going on. You're a random event in their life, and it's just like
quite
pops
literally,
up.
yeah.
You know, they're like, "What the fuck?" And anything can happen. So,
and most people dismiss it. Yeah.
Most people dismiss it. Yeah.
Only a couple interact.
Yeah, because it also. So go ahead.
Yeah, I want to know what. First of all, when you're going out to do an IRL video, do you have? I've seen one, and I think a second one. I think I've seen two. I don't remember if you had the same like friends in them, or if you've got a camera guy. Do you have like your little crew?
Most of my IRL videos are filmed with the same crew, who are other YouTubers, and we kind of all film on the same night.
Okay, cool.
Because we all will do an IRL style video. We'll just like help each other. Yeah.
Do they do RuneScape stuff as well?
No, I have quite a few like YouTube friends who have helped me a lot with just kind of YouTube in general. Most of them are League players, like Professor Akali, if you know him. He's
no way.
He was in my most recent IRL video. If you
really, no
videos.
Way, dude. Okay, I watched him a ton back in the day. He comments on my YouTube stuff and Twitter sometimes because he's a RuneScape player.
Yeah.
I mean I've been playing League for like since like 2011, I think. On and off, really, but I used to be really into League, and then just recently started playing again with. Do you know Jellyfish? Yeah,
yeah.
Did you know her before the happy hour thing?
I knew of her as like a streamer. I never watched any streams or anything before I started streaming, so I don't know. I'm just very new in the whole space, but I knew of her.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long have you been streaming?
January.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I actually played a game. It was the first game that Jilly and I ever played together. We played a League game, and that we played against. Do you know Chemistry?
Yeah, I know Chemistry.
Yeah, he was on the opposing team completely randomly.
That's kind of funny.
The only time I've ever played with a RuneScaper, and it all happened in one game. And I was like, I told Jill, I was like, wait a minute, he's like spelling his name the same. Does he play League? And she was like, I don't know. I'll go look it up. So she hit him up on Discord, and he was like playing. And we were like, dude, we won. So
there you go.
Yeah. So how do you know Professor Akali?
So I'm friends with Professor Akali, the Glacier, if you know him, and Armoon, who's like around. He's a little bit bigger than me, like 50,000 subs on YouTube.
I know the name Armoon. What does he do? League as well?
He's League, yeah. All three of those guys are League players of varying sizes, but I know all of them from high school.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so I knew them all before any of us made any sort of content.
Cool.
And I've met a couple others through them, like through the YouTube crowd, like MMG, who's a Madden YouTuber, if you know who that is.
Okay.
He's a super cool guy. But yeah, we all kind of get together, like we'll have like a Discord call, or we'll meet up like once a week. We'll discuss video ideas, scripting things, and then occasionally we'll film. So yeah, it's kind of an interesting creative process for the whole IRL thing. I don't know. We're kind of winging it on some fronts, but it tends to work out more often than not.
Yeah, I mean, people are there to just see people wing it, really.
Yeah,
I mean, that's you just kind of wonder, you're just kind of waiting for something weird or funny to happen. So
yeah, that's my modus operandi. Is I just fuck it, we ball, that sort of thing.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Literally, yeah, quite literally.
Yeah, cool. What do you? So they're doing League IRL videos when you're doing RuneScape IRL stuff, or do they do something completely different? Or
yeah. So like when we're filming IRL stuff, typically it'll be out at like the bar scene because drunk people are just inherently better content. Mm-hmm. So maybe we'll have like somewhat similar just video ideas. Like he would do like a smasher pass with like League character. You know who Sneaky is?
Yep.
Yeah, you know how he has those like cosplays.
Yeah, I
that
know
are-
where that's going.
Yeah, he'll do like Smash or Pass with that, and like Sneaky will be one of them. As,
Oh my
like,
god,
as
that's
a
so
joke.
good. Wait a minute. So does this video exist
Oh,
somewhere?
I don't think yet. I don't know if I was supposed to spoil that. That's fine.
okay.
No one.
Okay.
Whatever. Fuck it. It will be soon. So
Cool.
Yeah, like
this
stuff
won't
like
go
that.
up for like 2 weeks or so, anyways. So.
Okay, yeah, we're fine. Then we'll probably be good. I think we're gonna
Cool.
be filming that.
Hell,
this
I'll
weekend.
go watch that video. That sounds dope, dude.
Yeah,
I
I
wanna know
might
how
be the
that goes.
cameraman for that video. We'll see.
Yeah. I got some sneaky photos on my hard drive, so I'll send them over.
Dude, you know what's funny is we actually we didn't have a printer, and we had to print out these photos of like hot anime girls to smash or pass with, and like Sneaky's cosplay photos. We had to go to like a Kinko's or some shit, some like mailing center, and like use their computer. But their printer was broken, so we had to manually ask like the desk assistant to be like, "Hey,
Oh, that's so
can
good.
you print
That's
these
so
out
good.
for us?"
That's awesome.
It was a bunch of like, anime girls and Sneaky and cosplay. It was actually humiliating. It was pretty
That's
funny though.
That's funny.
Did they have
Yeah,
any
it was
like
a good
reaction?
No, I think their lack of reaction spoke much louder. Like it was just like deadpan face. Like,
Yeah, they're like
sure. I guess some like 50-year-old lady. So I don't know what
Kinko's
the hell
has
she
this.
was thinking.
Kinko's has a strict "don't ask, don't tell" policy. So
I would hope so. Yeah.
yeah. Oh god.
Damn. So
Now-
your IRL video actually is your most watched right now?
My most viewed video is one where I took Dollblush to raids because I put her in the thumbnail. So
I know. I saw that and I was like,
How did you
That's-
get?
that's
guy,
why.
smart
So-
guy.
Let me ask you about that because I started one of my biggest waves of becoming a YouTuber started. It was like
Yeah, Jimmy's was
2017.
taking- what's her name? To
Yeah,
Bandos.
girl takes noob to bando. So it was like the girl
Girls.
taking me because I
Yeah.
didn't fucking know what was going on, and it blew up. It was insane. It was like,
did
oh
you
my
put her
God.
in the thumbnail, or was you just mentioned girl?
No, it was just girl takes noob to bando. So it was just a goofy thumbnail of.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the thumbnail was now. It's been so long,
Yeah.
but like,
Man.
yeah, it's a great concept. How did that get structured? How did you approach that and like go through with it?
Oh, it was one of those like totally kind of wing it moves. Dollblush is like someone I've kind of collaborated with a bit, and she wanted to learn raids, and I was like, fuck it, if we go to raids together, like we could make a video out of it, we could make a stream out of it. People would love it. People would legitimately love it. And at that point, when I streamed it, it was like my highest viewed stream ever with like no raids or host. I had like almost 800 viewers or something, which to me was like fucking insane that I hit that level. And I don't know what it is about the RuneScape community and girls. I don't know if we're poorly socialized or something.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
I mean, I do know what it is,
can't
but I don't
guess.
want to say it out loud. So I was making the video and I was like, hey, like, is it okay, like, if I put you in the thumbnail and like call you an e-girl? And she was like, yeah, that's fine. So I actually felt creepy. I like went through her Instagram and like picked a photo. I was like,
I had to go find a photo.
people will click on this one.
That's
Absolutely.
so funny. That's so funny. I never thought about the scoping for a thumbnail process.
Yeah,
That's funny.
like it was. Yeah, I did feel weird doing it, but I was like, fuck it for the views.
I'll just
and
start
it worked.
putting Sneaky in my thumbnails.
You should. You should.
Now
do
the
that.
weirdest part about it is you got the picture and then you're like, well, now I've got to cut it out. So I've got to zoom in.
Oh yeah, there's like four copies of that photo on my hard drive in various states of being cut out and like PNG'd and stuff. I should cleanse my hard drive.
That's funny. You're an artiste, man. You got to do
I'm an
what you got to
artiste,
do.
yeah, and we're planning on going. I'm going to take her to TOB when she gets her new computer. So that video,
Nice.
even more clickbait. We're going to have her POV in it. She's going to be on the thumbnail twice. It's going to be insane.
When she
Nice,
gets her new
dude.
computer, she can't handle old school. It's too much.
No, she actually can't. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with her computer, but she
What?
plays on an actual potato.
No, okay. I've seen her stream before, and I can see the computer dying as the stream goes on.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wait
Her
a second.
RuneScape runs at like 15 FPS.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
you,
dude!
you will hear
Yeah.
her click, and then the computer will go
Yeah,
and then
hear
it like kind of like
buzz up.
beep boop, beep boop, beep boop,
You'll get
and
a
like
couple extra frames. Yeah, it's
Dude, the
pretty
other
good.
day, me, Kevin, and Settled are in a call, and Frame's like, "Here, watch this," and he sends Doll Blush's Twitch link in because she's live. And he's like, "Watch what I'm gonna type," and he types in, "Back with another 12 FPS stream, King." Of course, you go there. It's like she's like chopping around like in the camera and stuff. And I was like, I had never seen her stream before, and now I've just made the connection that is her.
It's
makes sense.
pretty good.
Okay,
Yeah, her
that's
RuneScape
funny.
runs like 15 FPS. She lives in like the backwoods somewhere, so she doesn't get internet. She's
Oh
like
my
1
God.
kilobyte down or something.
Wow.
How did she stream at all?
I don't know. Like the webcam runs pretty well,
Yeah.
but her game runs at 15 FPS. So
Yeah.
it's just pure entertainment.
It's
start to finish.
RuneScape. Of
It's
all
RuneScape.
games.
Yeah, just tell people you don't have animation smoothing on, and everyone will be like, "Oh, okay."
Wow.
I guess
Do you play
that's
with
what it
animation
is.
smoothing?
I do, but I didn't know that I did.
Oh,
For
weird.
a long time.
I hate
I just didn't know
animation
that was an
smoothing.
option.
I think
People-
animation
people
smoothing
get
is
really upset
disgusting.
with it.
It's disgusting. It feels weird.
I liked it when I first saw, like, when I used to use whatever client was it?
OS
OS
Buddy?
Buddy? Was that the old one?
Yeah.
Conduit.
I think I used to use OS Buddy, and then everyone was like, "No, you have to use RuneLite," and I switched over, and it had the GPU plugin,
Yeah.
which cleans up, has the anti-aliasing, and cleans up a bunch of stuff, and adds like much farther view distance. And one of the things that I think it automatically adds animation smoothing, or
I think it
did
does
for me.
because I didn't know I had it on, and someone was like flaming me for it in my chat. The only place I've like turned it on and off. The only place I notice it is in Theater of Blood. I don't really notice it anywhere else.
I know Wooks uses it, so
Can't be that
that
bad.
automatically nullifies any shit
That's so
talk.
funny that he uses
You know,
it. It's so funny.
I don't like it, and I will make fun of people who use it, but only in jest, knowing that at any point in time they could pull the Wooks card. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
I actually
got
didn't
me
even know
there.
that. I'm gonna pull
yeah,
that.
well,
I'm gonna
there
make
you
that
go,
a
man.
command in my
You
stream.
can add that. You can add that to your deck.
Oh yeah. If it's so bad, then why does Wooks use it? They're
Yeah.
like,
That's literally now in my stream.
damn. Yeah.
I also see there behind your left elbow there are feet. Ah, yeah.
Feet, you like those?
Yeah, well,
most
that-
people got it. Yo, you got to pay for those, man. Come on,
I mean,
5
that-
gifted subs, and you'll see them. All right.
That's my segue into why the hell do you have a cutout? And I know there's more.
Oh yeah, I have 3. This is I can actually grab
3.
it. Give me a sec. This is me in high school. How the fuck do I even get this in the frame?
I don't know, man.
That's me in
Oh
high school.
hell yeah, dude.
Before prom or something like that. I don't know.
Who
Not
who
prom,
do you?
homecoming.
I'm really I can see the Andy Samberg vibes, especially there.
Yeah, I would get a lot of Andy Samberg back then for sure. I still get a lot of Andy Samberg, but yeah. So I just to out of the gate defend myself. I don't want to come off too defensive, but I did not purchase any of the cardboard cutouts of myself. None of those I procured. They
3?
were all gifts.
Do you
my
have
dad-
a friend who different people?
My dad got me that. That one
Okay.
is the first one. It's the OG. It's the original. My dad got it for me for some graduation. I don't remember.
How many things
And
have
it
you
was kind of like-
graduated?
I'm getting 2, high school and college. Fuck, I don't know.
Which one was it?
I don't remember. It must have been college. No. It was high school because I had that in my college apartment. I got that as like a graduation present, as like a gag gift because it's pretty funny. It's pretty hilarious. And I would like hide it around the house, like put it behind my brother's shower curtain or something.
Oh, that's
So
good.
like we could like scare each other. And it just became iconic. So people just would get me cardboard cutouts. I have 3. 2 of them are for my dad. I think one of them is for my brother. So they're all family gifts. It's not like a stranger just getting a life-size cardboard cutout of myself. I'm currently missing one though. It's in someone's house. I don't know the girl very well, so I'm like kind of afraid to ask for it back.
yeah.
How to get there?
You should
I
get
don't
it back ASAP, or it'll be gone forever. My buddy had a full gorilla suit costume that he lent it out, and then
Gorilla
was like,
suit.
oh, I don't know, and then it's gone now forever.
Yeah, that's hot property. That's I don't even know where the other one is. I think it's at her house the last time I saw. I don't know how it got over there. I really don't. Maybe when I was moving out of my old apartment complex, maybe one of my roommates just took it. They take up a surprising amount of space. I don't have that much space, and
yeah, because they got the
three of me
tripod aspect to stay standing.
Yeah.
Does it
Ever freaked you out? Like,
not anymore.
No.
I'm very used to it. I'm very used to that. It never scares me anymore.
Damn. Because I can just imagine waking up like middle of the night, kind of dazed and confused.
yeah,
just
like
look
in the
over and like,
in-between
oh my
phase,
God.
just like, duh.
It's weird having it right next to my bed, but it's like sideways, so it doesn't look like a person when I look at it. Yeah, there is one like right outside my door though, and that one will get me sometimes. It's just like kind of nestled in the hallway. That's my other one.
Damn. I can't believe you've like kept them for so long.
I don't know what else to do with them.
I don't know.
I could
wouldn't know
raffle
either,
them off,
but-
maybe.
Yeah, I feel like I would have
knows?
used like an excuse as the move was happening and been like, I just didn't make the move. It's like a really good saying to say about stuff that you don't have anymore.
That's
or lost.
true.
It's like, I moved, just didn't make it. Don't know what happened somewhere in the void of moving. Gone.
That is a good point.
Yeah.
We used to have it as a security guard though. We would put it out front of our window right next to our front door. So it just looked like someone was standing in the window all day.
It's good.
Yeah, it's like a scarecrow.
And they'd see you walk out one day and be like, that's the guy that always stares out his window.
He finally left his house.
Guy Jimmy's staring at me. He's been staring. I see him.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, that's I don't know. I feel like people really like that stuff, so I figured I'd put it on the background of the stream.
Yeah.
I like it.
Thank you.
No one asks
how-
about my stuff because I never put my webcam on except for this
You have
podcast.
multiple framed things
Just
set
on the
up
ground.
on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hate putting things up on the wall in apartments, man. I despise it.
I looked through some older Bankstandin episodes, and those look like they've been there for a little bit.
Yeah, no, just haven't moved them.
Okay.
Yeah, no, they just stayed there. I put some things up, like it's above the frame a little bit, so I have like a huge whiteboard right there that I had to like nail in. So I put that up by itself because it actually had fell before. Because I'm just so hesitant to start drilling holes in apartment walls because I just don't know how that's gonna end for me later on. So
I put many holes.
I did that in the last
my
one,
walls.
and
You fill them up with toothpaste.
That's
yeah.
the plan.
Yeah.
yeah.
I've
So
done that.
one day maybe
My
they'll-
sound
they'll be
paneling
full.
in the other room. Oh.
I can't believe you're still not back in that room.
My desk just came in. I just have to build it. I got the.
So the
Kinda
stuff's
desk.
good now.
Oh, okay.
Like
Yeah, no. The
They fixed
the room
it.
is fine.
Okay.
I had to move out of my office because water was leaking through the walls.
Yeah, dude. And then when if you have camera angle issues, it's just really nice because like you'll be sitting there and be like, I don't think I've got too much headspace. What's wow, that's interesting. I'll just make some adjustments real quick. I literally can just do that now.
Yeah.
It's so worth building.
We're
You
over
need to-
here fucking with our.
You've got to
chairs,
build
like,
it,
come
man.
on.
I didn't move
God.
except for my thumb just now. You just got to get on that. It's such a good investment. I should use my standing desk more, which is actually super nice because you'll be surprised how well voiceovers do when you're standing
When
and
you're
doing
standing?
them. Oh my god!
Really?
Yeah, you got
Is it
that
like
extra energy.
an emotional thing or what?
It's an articulation and projection thing. Like you just when you're
You almost
sitting
you
down,
almost
like you
pretend
can.
you're public speaking.
Yeah, you can just you feel it when you're sitting down. You're just like it's like something's kind of holding you
energy
back
just
a little bit.
sinks and you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's actually I might try to stand up when I record. I'm gonna record some stuff after this. Maybe
Yeah,
I'm
just
gonna
gives you
stand
more
up and do it.
energy. You know, I don't know.
be squatting.
Yeah.
Mic's too low.
Mid
Just like
workout.
Yeah. I don't have the energy though as a person to stand up as long as I'm doing voiceovers. So I have to be very careful about it. I can't be too energetic because I know that
Yeah.
I'm only gonna last so long standing, and then I gotta go back to sitting down for a while and doing it. So I don't know. It just
don't
really
know.
helps though.
I don't know how lazy I am. Do you guys ever get tired of sitting down? Like
Oh,
sometimes
yeah.
I'm actually too
yeah.
tired to sit.
yeah.
Yeah.
You start squirming and then the
Yeah,
chair
I
goes
noticed it
back.
right now. It's just really kind of sitting like a shrimp. So I gotta
Yeah. Sometimes like when I eat, like me and Nicole go get some food and bring it back, and sometimes we don't have the chairs over near like the bar table, and she'll be, do you want to go get the chair and sit down? I'm like, no, I think I'll stand. I'm gonna stand and eat because I've been sitting down all day, and all the last 6 months I've been just sitting, so I think I'll be fine. And I've just been standing while I eat recently. It's kind of nice. It's my standing time.
I should stand more.
Yeah, standing's good for you. Can be very dangerous.
I feel like I don't even consider myself unhealthy. Like I work out pretty frequently, but I go to the gym for maybe an hour and a half a day, and then I'm either sitting down or sleeping for the other 23 hours.
Yeah.
I don't know how good that is.
I know. That's why I want to get this standing desk so bad. Like the amount of time I spend sitting, my hip flexors, especially if I'm doing legs frequently enough, and then I go sit forever, they just
Yeah, my hip flexors are destroyed probably because of that exact reason.
Yeah.
Sitting is hard.
I have a couple questions. First of all, you I don't know if I saw it on your Twitter or something. Did you used to lift, like powerlifting?
Yeah, I did a lot of powerlifting. Was in the powerlifting team in college.
Sick.
I like still kind of do that a little bit, but just not good or hard, you know.
Yeah, I mean, because I like Olympic lifts. I started doing CrossFit in college.
I'm too scared of Olympic.
I like the pseudo Olympic lifts. A lot of stuff like overhead squat and a couple others, my wrist mobility and some stuff like that. If your form's not one hundo on it, it's real shitty.
Yeah, it's intimidating. You need a real actual coach for those lifts, which I never had. So,
but are you able to go to gyms in Arizona now? I have no idea.
Yeah, we were closed for maybe a month.
Oh, wow.
Maybe a month total. Arizona really didn't care.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah, we don't have mask mandates anymore. We're just like Texas.
Cool.
I got my first vaccy the other day, so I'm bridging on safety here. But Arizona has never really had much to do with it.
It's not super dense population, and then everyone's outside a lot. I mean, there's a lot of like outdoor activities and shit. It's real sunny. All those things statistically go in your favor.
Yeah, although Arizona was one of like the worst states for a long time.
Really? Well, every state was one of the worst states for a while.
That's true. That's true.
Because it just would blow up here and then there and then here and then there.
Yeah, I think we're doing all right now. I don't know. But yeah, when it's not summertime, it's very easy to be outside. Like we have all winter to go outside and just, do whatever we want because it doesn't get cold here. It gets like the worst it'll be is like 50s.
Yeah.
I would have told Jimmy it doesn't get cold here, but we just had a winter apocalypse, so.
That was awesome.
Where are you?
Austin.
Oh, yeah. You literally did have a winter apocalypse.
That was so cool. I loved that. I loved the questioning and fear that just went through my body when I went to flush my toilet and just nothing happened.
That's a real surge of adrenaline.
I loved
right there,
that, dude. It was awesome. Yeah.
Jimmy has a girl move in with him, and then immediately all the toilets break. Just like, shit!
That was so cool.
Yeah, it really probably brought you guys much closer together, though.
Too close.
Yeah.
That's what it did.
Yeah.
Do you guys watch Friends?
No.
Oh.
All right, I won't even bother with the reference. It was a good one. Someone out there, you got it. You know where I was going with that. And I know someone out there got it and knows where I was going with that, so.
You watch Friends?
Yeah.
Do I watch Friends?
Do you watch Friends?
I've seen enough, like, in my life that I kind of consider myself as having watched Friends, but
it's like The Office, dude. It's like, how many seasons do you put yourself through for this girl? How worth it is she to you?
I don't like
how long you last watching this show.
No, Friends is actually really funny.
Okay.
You would
I'm
like
sure
it, Jimmy.
You don't have to get
I've watched
about
it.
It's fine.
I've been in the situation I just described, and that's what I'm saying to you.
Okay.
The Office is pretty good. I like The Office.
It's got its times.
There are a couple of episodes I like, but the cringiness.
You know, I'm gonna be that guy. I actually watched it back in the day when it was coming out, when I was like young. It was like middle school to early high school, and then I never watched it after that. And now like it's just white girls have it as a personality. So now it's cool to not like The Office, which I'm okay with.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I feel like Friends made that same cycle.
Yeah, except 40 years ago or however.
Yeah, however long ago. I had older siblings, so they passed on their
Does Friends have a audience laugh track? Do they have a laugh track going after jokes?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
For some reason now, like later on, I mean, I know it's like such a standard for a certain era, like 90s, early 2000s, like every sitcom ever had the laugh track. And now looking back at them, it just like, it throws me off so hard when I hear a laugh track every other sentence that they're like, all right,
do
this
modern
right here.
sitcoms not have laugh tracks?
Not
No,
really.
no.
Whoa,
Not
no,
that I can
I'm
think of.
actually thinking about it.
Have you ever heard one of those shows without a laugh track, like Big Bang Theory?
I've seen the Big Bang Theory without a laugh track.
Yeah, because they do the pauses.
That is
super-
an eerie experience.
Yeah.
That is like some otherworldly kind of
Yeah.
backrooms type
Dude,
stuff.
my mom and my stepdad fucking adore Big Bang Theory, and they always have it on. Every time I went home from college and they were watching it, I could just hear every other sentence just all in the back,
Yeah.
dude. I was like, there's no
If you
way.
pay close enough attention, a lot of them are the same laugh track.
Oh yeah, they
That'll
have
ruin your
like
whole life.
Oh
notice
man,
that.
that's oh
they
no.
they have a lot of those shows all have the same one because they have this
Yeah.
industry standard. I literally just saw the name of it for the first time the other day looking for a sound effect. It's like this huge like 44 part collection. It's got like 34,000 different sound effects including all the laugh tracks, and they
you
all
buy
use
that?
it. They pull from there.
Can you purchase that for yourself? Because I might use that for my RuneScape videos. Convince people they're funny.
Probably not. It's
Dude,
probably
having a laugh track on a RuneScape video would be so
That would
You
be
can
really
get laugh tracks on-
meta-breaking.
You can get laugh tracks on like Epidemic Sound and stuff like the
Yeah,
monthly.
I might have to do that. You guys might see
Or
that making
YouTube.
an appearance pretty soon.
I've done it. I've done it in by release before for like
Have
a
you?
joke.
Oh shit, never mind.
Yeah, I've done
He's
it for
before.
I've done it with the Desert Treasure Quest. I remember at the bar because it was like the vampire saying some shit like, it's like, I'm gonna need to collect some blood, and then I'm like, okay, where do I get that? And he cuts me off by like biting me and putting my blood in the vial, and I go, and his name's Malik, and I'm like, Malik, and then I put the
and then
fucking
everyone goes,
laugh track.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's such a cheesy thing now, like modern day, but looking back, it's like, oh yeah, that's what they did is the laugh tracks, but it fucking sucks. Like there's a reason they don't do it anymore. It throws me off. I can't watch shows that have laugh tracks like seriously or anything. I can't do it.
Does Seinfeld have a laugh track?
I believe so.
Oh my god.
I would bet.
That was a network sitcom. They all had it.
Yeah, like the
Who the fuck
quintessential
thought of that?
network sitcom.
Who thought of adding a laugh track?
Well, they were live studio audiences,
Oh.
Yeah.
so they would do it, and then the audience would laugh. But then
But then they just decided
it
to
was
throw 'em in
easier to
because it's
just do a
cheaper.
laugh track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so smart.
And you probably run into a case sometimes where somebody ruins a shot with their shitty laugh, which would be so frustrating as an actor.
Do you think they screen the laughs before they go in? People have to submit a tape of how ugly their laugh is. Or
No
how not
way.
ugly?
No, that'd be so
I
much work.
doubt
That might
it.
be a good. I don't know. Maybe.
I bet they have a little briefing where they tell you not to be a fuckhead. You know,
Some people
because-
have fuckhead laughs. They do.
But yeah, you know, maybe
Yeah.
maybe they just tickle you on your way in.
Well, I
and if
guarantee
you like
for stuff,
snort too loud, they just tell you to leave.
Because like what is it, the late night hosts, I mean, you go there to watch it live, like, or be filmed, so
Yeah.
I mean, people are in the audience and they're laughing at shit. I guarantee what happens is they have a lady come out with a little fucking headset standing on stage letting everybody know, like, hey, we're gonna put the fucking laugh thing on, you're gonna laugh. If you be obnoxious, you scream anything, you're getting fined $25,000. So and we will find out who it is. We have cameras on the audience. We'll know who's fucking laughing. we do this a lot. And then like everyone's like, oh, fuck, I'm not going to do that obnoxious thing I was thinking about doing anymore. So it probably works flawlessly because no one just wants to pay $25,000 or something.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. That's my theory.
I don't know if the figure is 25,000, but I think the concept is probably.
Maybe more.
It's probably similar.
Yeah.
It could be 50.
Yeah, it could be double that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it'd be scary. You wouldn't want to fuck up your laugh. Everyone's like nervously laughing the whole time. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, I practice my laugh. I don't know about you guys.
Wait, what?
I practice my laugh every morning when I wake up. No, God, no.
I practice
Well,
my
I mean,
wheezes.
I started asking that in the middle of you saying every morning when I wake up, and at that point I was like, okay. I mean, I didn't know if not that you practice it, but that you had at some point in your life experimented and be like, ha 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 ha. How does that feel? You know, just
Do
like
you guys want to
feel
know
it
a
out.
fun little psychological fact? Hold up, let me raise my chair. Okay, we're good. A fun little psychological fact is you actually kind of adapt your laugh to the people that you're around. So you'll change your laugh depending on the laughs of the people around you.
Yeah, my laugh has changed so much over the years. It's insane.
Have they categorized and measured and tracked laughs then?
I don't
guess
think so.
Well, like how would you qualify a laugh then to be like, it has changed?
Diabolical versus
Well, there's a lot of
quirky.
different factors that a laugh can, there's a lot of different ways to laugh.
I want to see these studies. That sounds interesting.
Okay, I'll be honest. I read about it online, probably on Reddit, but I think
Nope.
it's true. It
That's
sounds
the
No, I'm
same
not
thing.
calling
That's
you
the
on
same
it.
thing.
I
You know?
just no, I'm
Yeah,
not
I
calling
read
you
the
on it.
headline.
I'm just curious now. I want to see someone's laugh morph. Like,
I know, like, thinking about it when I read that, I was like, yeah, actually, I kind of do that.
I mean, it makes sense. People change all of their speech patterns depending on who they're hanging out with.
That's true.
Like the stupid framed voice or whatever.
I love that one. I miss that voice. I miss it so much.
Yeah, me too. Kind of.
Kind of sometimes.
Yeah, but there's like all different kinds of, you'll change like either funny voices you do or words you say and all kinds of stuff. When you like, if you go hang out with some of your friends from high school, you'll go say something that you haven't said in like 5 years and be like,
Yeah.
whoa, that was okay.
Yeah, you're totally right, man. Humans are weird. We're weird as shit.
Yeah.
I think we had a discussion at the end of the last podcast about shibboleths, which is a shibboleth is a word that you use or phrase that you use to prove to the other people that you're part of the group.
Oh,
We
yeah.
talked about that?
Yeah, we did.
Or maybe I was zoned
guys
out.
were talking
That
about
shows
it.
you
It was
how
at
much
the-
I zone out sometimes.
It was at the end of the podcast with Twin.
Yeah.
And we were talking about people doing and saying things just to fit in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, humans are like amazingly social creatures. So it wouldn't surprise me if that also translates to laughter.
Yeah. No, I studied linguistics in college. I didn't study a lot of like social linguistics, but the few classes I took, that's very much a thing. There's a word for it that I completely forget what it is. It's like, I think the literal word is like jargon. Is specific words that are related to like a hobby or a career or something like that only people in that certain hobby would really understand. So it's kind of by using them, you're showing that you are a part of that group, and it's like de facto social acceptance. Neat.
Yeah. Wait, so what did you study? What were your linguistics classes? Like what? Give me some
That's a
examples
very
of
good
linguistics classes.
It's like a huge field. It's much broader than a lot of people think. But I studied theoretical linguistics, which is different than applied linguistics. So like applied linguistics would be a teacher teaching Spanish or English or something like that, kind of learning the theory behind how people learn language or whatever. What I studied mostly was called syntax, which if you're familiar with programming, it's similar to that in that it's kind of the underlying grammatical structures that languages have. And you can study on like a bilanguage basis, or you could study kind of just general themes and patterns. So things like that is what I studied a lot of. There's also morphology and phonology, which is kind of studying the progression of our written systems and our vocalized systems, kind of as humans have gone through, periods of evolution or whatever.
So did you have to study a couple languages or at least another language?
You did as part of the college program that I was in. I studied Spanish for quite a while. I lived in Mexico for a summer.
Okay. Cool.
But just in general, no. You learned about kind of the underlying grammatical structures through English, but I mean, you could learn them through any language.
Okay, interesting. Because I studied Japanese in college because I was a liberal arts.
It's a hard language.
Yeah, it was. The hardest part was the sentence structure because like sentences just weren't built the same. They didn't have the same parts of speech as us, and they didn't have the same.
The way you ordered it, yeah.
Well, all of it was completely different. It was so bizarre.
The way they modify words and how they build their actual words. There's a lot more like prefixes and stuff in Japanese, and it's confusing. I don't know anything about Japanese. I'm not a weeb. I don't watch anime, but I know it's a cool language.
Yeah, it was I really liked the writing system. It was actually, aside from kanji, which are the really complicated characters, which you just had to brute force memorize, like 2,000, I think, was about the number to be really fluent, which we didn't get that far.
Jesus. How many semesters did you take?
3 semesters. Yeah, so a year and a half.
Okay, so you knew like a decent bit.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have a good conversation with like a 4-year-old on a good day that you were remembering everything.
I could have had a good conversation with a 20-year-old.
No, you couldn't.
But that was
children
ago.
are actually fantastic to learn language off of because they're like also learning it, and they don't like, if you don't understand something, they're happy to repeat it 8 times. They don't give a shit.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's funny. I'm laughing because I'm remembering hanging out with my nephews 3 weeks ago, and it's so funny, the like speech patterns and play patterns of kids. They just love repeating shit over and over.
That's
and
huge
over.
for learning.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we went on an adventure out behind our ranch house. There's like a creek bed with like a cliffside, and he would be happy climbing the same thing and going down the same way over and over and over, and he would say the same like similar things and similar patterns of speech as we do the same things, and he was just having a blast. It was so interesting.
Yeah, I had a little cousin that we went on vacation with one time to like the beach or something. He didn't play on the beach. He literally sat in the house and watched Tarzan 3 times a day for like a week. The same Tarzan movie.
Yeah,
he just liked it.
Kids will get super. Well, I mean, this happens sometimes to adults too, but super obsessed with, especially with kids, with watching like a story over and over and over. Yeah, they're like learning and piecing stuff meaning together on like a really deep subconscious level, and they're watching Tarzan.
I absolutely love how long this tangent has taken us.
Yeah, welcome to Bankstandin, man. I don't know, like we're not sure. Yeah,
I quite literally feel like I'm Bankstanding right now.
Yeah, dude. That's the point.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's what I explained. I like the name because it at least gives me something to be like, well, this is the point of the podcast. We just kind of, it's the kind of conversations you have when you're procrastinating or you don't have anything better to do. So you're just Bankstandin.
While everyone else is around you, just like doing what they're supposed to, listening, like just seeing what you're talking about. It's the best.
It is good. I like it.
Yeah.
But coming back to RuneScape, Tasty.
Oh,
how long have you been playing the game? When did you start? How did you get here?
Good question. So I played RuneScape, I think like the rest of us, when I was really, really young. I played it in about 2006. I might have played into 2007 a little bit. I don't think I played more than a year, and I was never good at it. I would walk around and like kill chickens and stuff. If I did a quest, it would be an accident. And then I did not play until.
That's funny.
I mean, it's true. That's how it happened. But I didn't play until 2018. I don't think. Because my roommates. I've shared the story on stream a couple times. But my roommates in college. We must have been. Like,
wait, don't you have a Maxscape?
A real life Maxscape?
No, in game.
Yeah.
You went fucking hard, bro.
I maxed in about a year and 8 months.
That's
a whole different story.
Holy shit.
That's a different story.
Okay, we'll get there, but
my roommates were playing it in college, and I would always like come out and make fun of them for playing RuneScape. I was like, this is for children. This is for nerds. And I still believe that.
Yeah.
But I just play it now. And I would just make fun of them. They were like getting their Questscapes. That was their goal for the years. They'd all get together after classes and homework and just like quest it out on RuneScape, which is like cool. Yeah, it's actually a good time. And I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know how it happened. I think my phone was listening to me. I started getting recommended like Torvesta and Framed like PKing videos on YouTube. Cool. And I started watching him. And like I didn't understand anything, but I was like, oh damn, like Torvesta just smited him for an AGS or something like that. And like I would like look up like what is smiting in old school RuneScape because I just didn't know. I had no clue. And I don't know why I was interested by it when I didn't even play it. But one day I was like, I think I just graduated. I was like, maybe I'll just make an account, see what it's like. Like I haven't played it in a long ass time. So I made an account, and then literally from that day forward, I just played it 8 hours a day.
No way.
We're still there.
That's crazy.
It just, I don't know. It just kind of gripped me because it had a lot of, I'm a big RPG guy. I'm a big MMO guy. I played WoW for a really long time. I was really big into CSGO for a long time.
Let's
and
fucking go.
Yeah.
Good game.
If you need a carry in your CS team, let me know.
Dude,
I was Legendary Eagle, not to brag.
Wait, when?
2 years ago, after the rank shift.
Okay,
I
that's all.
I didn't play pre-rank shift.
Okay, dude, I was literally going to ask during this because I was thinking to myself, man, because everyone's on this Valorant streak right now.
Fuck Valorant.
I can't stand it, dude. I play it with Settled and
CS:GO
Framed
for
because they
children.
fucking love playing it. I'm so and I literally the other day I opened up CS:GO. I didn't even matchmake. I just had the screen open just because I missed it. No, I didn't want to go in solo queue, but I was just so sad because I was just sitting there wanting to play, and no one plays it. But yeah, we're gonna play CS:GO against your will. Even
I'll send you my Steam name. We can
perfect. All right, sorry. Continue. I'm stoked
honestly,
now.
I forgot where it was. Yeah, I was something about just the RuneScape game mode or like gameplay style kind of captured me. Like I really love the kind of long, grindy, very consistent gains that you would make with visible progress over, whatever period of time. So as soon as I started playing, when I was like probably a week or two into it, I was like, I'm gonna max my account. That's kind of cool.
I'm gonna max.
I had decided that I was gonna max my account, so I did, I guess. In about a year and 8 months, and it was like the perfect time in my life for me to do that because I had just graduated college. I was working part-time at a gym and as a personal trainer. So I had a lot of hours in the day to just play RuneScape, which is exactly what I did. Content creation was never something I like legitimately thought about, but I loved watching like progress series like Settled's first UIM. That was one of the first progress series that I watched, and I was like, cool. Fuck yeah, this is like so cool.
Yeah, I really liked his UIM. That old
yeah,
school
it
stuff.
was awesome. He was like, "This is my like dream gear list," and I was like, "That's so cool." And like just kind of watching him vicariously achieve, all that cool stuff. For some reason, I just really enjoyed it. So, I ended up probably like halfway through last year. I had just quit I was working in sales and marketing, which is like a soul sucking job, a desk job, and I ended up quitting. And I was like, I don't have a job lined up. I have nothing to do. I might as well just kind of dip my foot into content creation. So I downloaded some shitty editing program that I still use. I'm probably going to get Premiere at some point, but whatever. And I started just making like post-max progress videos because I already maxed at that point. And they're dog shit videos. If you watch them, they're like not compelling at all. They're still on my YouTube channel. Some of my first videos, if you want to check them out.
Cool.
Bump my view count. Yeah, just like random things that I was doing in the game. Not really any kind of long-term goals, no form. But I made the video. And I kind of explored through the first like 5-10 episodes of that, like what it meant to make a compelling YouTube video, like what people wanted to watch. And then this New Year's, I went to like this little shindig. And like all of my YouTube friends are there. And Professor Colley's pretty big. He's got almost 1 million subs. MMG was there. He just hit 2 million subs. They're like big YouTubers who are like, dude, you have what it takes. Like, here's what you got to do. Like, don't do progress series. Like, you're not famous. No one gives a shit about what you're doing in the game. Like
good advice.
Yeah. Like that is good advice, by the way. No one cares what you're doing unless you're already famous.
Right.
And they were like, yeah, like, we'll help you. Like, one of them, MMG, sat down with me for like 2 hours and we talked about it. And I didn't even know who he was at this point. And I was like, damn, like, you're really good at this. Like, do you do YouTube? And he like pulled up his page and I was like, oh, you do YouTube. And at that day I was like, fuck it, I'll start making like real videos. So, yeah, I think I just started making like funny video ideas that I had come up with, or just like my Sweaty Sunday series, which people they seem to enjoy that one. Just kind of not exactly standard RuneScape content, but just like actual RuneScape videos that weren't just progress, that gave like people a reason to click on my videos. And then I made the Theater of Blood MVP guide. If either of you have seen that one, that was kind of the video that made people know my name. Like, I had less than 1,000 subs.
Is that like Is it a serious game, or are you sarcastic?
It's a sarcastic.
The whole time?
Yeah,
I think I watched it.
It's the one where I go in and I give, like, it'll work if you do it, but it's like really asshole tactics that will kill all your teammates and make them never want to raid with you, but you'll get MVP. So like, that was, the whole video was like a joke, basically, of how to flame your teammates. And a lot of people thought it was real at first. But a lot of people
classic RuneScape. Yeah. You're like trying to do this obvious joke.
I thought it was really obvious.
Yeah, dude.
I thought it was really obvious.
I know that feeling,
but maybe not. But a lot of people started.
It was
okay.
It was
thank
obvious.
You. I appreciate that. Yeah, but a lot of people would share it through their Discords. I had a bunch of people messaging me like, "Yo, like, your video got shared on like this Discord or this Discord, or like it was on the Oblivion Discord or something like that." And I was like, oh, that's cool. That's cool shit. And I had like under 1,000 subs, but almost every time I went to the Theater of Blood Bank, someone would like recognize me. And I was like,
that's
holy
cool.
Shit. Like, I'm micro famous. Like, people know who I am.
Yeah, that's fun.
And it just kind of like snowballed from there. I feel like I really kind of struck lightning.
When was that?
Must have been early February.
Oh, that recently. Okay.
Yeah, and I had like less than 1,000 subs then, and yeah, I don't know exactly what happened. Something good happened. I feel like I really struck lightning like 4 times. Like, I am incredibly lucky to have gained the notoriety that I have in a short amount of time.
YouTube really feels that way though,
yeah.
because it's an algorithmic system.
Yeah.
It's like a video will pop off, and then people know you because of that video.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, who knows if they go watch other stuff, but you get known for very specific things.
Mm-hmm.
You don't it's weird because 6 months down the line, you'll be doing this other thing, and you'll have created 8 months of content since the video you made in February. But then people will come up to you, and you are that person that they just watched the video in February.
Yeah.
It's a pretty bizarre experience sometimes. Because
People
you're like,
come
oh
into
my
stream.
God, I'm that guy to you.
Yeah.
Oh.
People come into my stream still. I had someone today be like, yo, I just saw your like Theater of Blood guide. That shit was hilarious or whatever. And I'm like, dude, thank you, man.
Yeah.
And it's, yeah. I mean, I understand the YouTube algorithm decently. I mean, it is kind of enigmatic in a few ways, but I do my best to kind of appeal to the YouTube algorithm. And then I just started streaming in January too when I made a YouTube channel, and I kind of just bounced them off of each other, and used them in conjunction to grow, and it's worked out fairly well. So
cool. I think the first video that popped up of yours for me was, I think it was the Doll Blush video taking Doll Blush to raids.
Probably. That's my biggest video by actually a pretty decent bit in like all of the metrics. People loved that one.
Yeah, that or it might have been.
First one I saw was the bossing ladder. That popped up in my recommended.
Oh yeah, that one did surprisingly well. I did not expect that one to be
ladder videos. Yeah. And it's a good thumbnail immediately. You just
stick
the ladder in it.
That's one of the videos that I'm fairly proud of. Especially just I made that thumbnail in Canva in like 10 minutes, and I was like, fuck it, this is pretty good.
God, dude, speaking of ladder things and ranking things, I've had so many people tell me to rank. They want me to do one of those, like, you know, like the S tier, A tier videos.
Yeah, tier list. Yeah, tier list, great, love them. Someone
tells me to do this, like every time I stream, I'll get people saying this. They're like, you should do the tier list for every quest in RuneScape. And
That's a
I
long
don't
tier
think
list.
they fucking understand the process I would have to go through to rank all 148 quests in the game one by one and talk about why really quick.
Yeah, they've
Well,
never
it's not-
created
that's a
content
terrible
before.
idea.
That's the worst
That's a
fucking
terrible idea.
Not only is that a lot of work, that sounds like a dog shit thing that no one gives a fuck about.
I wouldn't watch it.
Yeah.
I
no.
wouldn't watch it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wouldn't want people watching that.
I'd probably scrub through the video, go to the end, see what like the top 2 were, and then just be like, huh, interesting.
That's kind of
Yeah.
what everyone does with those videos.
That's
Those videos are a recipe for people to skip to the very end and then go to the next
Yep.
thing.
Yeah. Okay, most average viewers do not understand even slightly the process of content creation or like what makes it an actually good video. It's like it's just
No.
a weird dumb idea that popped into their head and they're like, "Yo, you
Yeah.
should spend 500 hours doing this stupid idea."
Yeah.
When
Because
I first
I thought it was
I would do it.
when I first made One Kick Rick, the amount of people that told me they're like, you have to max strength and all of your skills in the Lumbridge chicken pen. I'm like, I will not be doing that. Also, you clearly missed the parody. This was a parody.
Yeah.
One kick rig. Yeah, just kill chickens for 900 hours in your off time. It'll
Yeah.
be worth the 10-minute video you'll make.
I think I
Yeah.
yelled at somebody yesterday really, really hard, like actually fuming, because I get this all the time too. And people telling me to redo by release. When I finish by release, granted, who the fuck knows when that's going to be, to go on RuneScape 3
Oh boy.
and do it. And I'm like, you realize that the first 128 quests are in the same exact order on RuneScape 3 and old school. I haven't even finished the first 128 quests on there. So you want me to do all this and then do the fucking other 16 whatever dog shit quests that they've released since old school's released 7-8 years ago.
Yeah, Jimmy, and
Yep.
a remix. Do it again and remix
Do it
your
again.
song.
Do it
Do the
again,
songs
pussy.
again, Jimmy.
Just do it again. Think of how good it'd be for me if you did that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. Thank you. I'll jot that down.
RuneScape 4 would be out before you got to that.
RuneScape
to be
4,
honest.
dude. Jesus Christ.
And then you could do it again with that. It's perfect.
They should
It's
make
literally
a
infinite content. I figured out your YouTube channel for you, Jimmy. You're welcome.
Yeah,
I'll take
thank
50% of
you.
the ad revenue.
Yeah. All right. I'll send you $10 next week. That's 50%. There you go.
Damn. RuneScape 4 should happen.
Yeah.
Would you play it?
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
Would it be a WoW copy like RuneScape 3 though?
They need to take what they've learned from OSRS and RS3 and make a better version that kind of incorporates both. A lot of the new content in RS3 is very good. The
Yeah,
world is cool. The art and level design are awesome. The lore is cool. It works and it feels like its own thing. And they've figured it out in RS3 how to make Jagex's like new next game. The problem is they're building on this like pile of crap from 2000 and whenever.
Yeah.
It's
And-
goofy.
It's stupid and doesn't work.
Hold on. I have a lot
you
to
have
say about RuneScape 3. I'll be right back. I'm going to pee my pants if I don't go right now. And that
Go
would be
for it.
terrible for the podcast and actually be
Or
really
maybe
funny
good.
for Troh. But
Well, you know,
Maybe good.
Jimmy
Yeah.
peed his pants mid podcast.
You could sell that on like a could make a Patreon for deleted scenes. I have heard that RuneScape 3 is actually good. Like a lot of people seem to really enjoy RuneScape 3.
So me and Avra and Ingus played it back a couple months ago when there was a double XP weekend just for the memes.
Yeah.
And then I think Avra had played it a little bit and actually kind of enjoyed it. And so he was like, we should try it. And I was like, why the hell not? Everything that wasn't old school RuneScape, all the just RS3 stuff was actually pretty cool. And I liked it.
Huh.
And it felt like a new game and it felt like its own game. But doing Cook's Assistant and doing all the old school RuneScape-y stuff in RS3 felt super lame.
Yeah.
And it just didn't feel nearly as valuable or like it worked or fit.
That makes a lot of sense though. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So I would really hesitate to play RS3 seriously because I would know that I would have to slog through all the OSRS content that I don't want to touch.
Yeah.
And then I don't really like the combat system. There's cool parts about it, and there's not cool parts about it.
I don't really understand it, to be honest. I've never looked into it.
It's basically a WoW hotbar on a system that still kind of runs on ticks and is janky and laggy.
Does it run on game ticks? Is that how it works?
I mean, technically,
yes.
Everything runs on ticks.
Like actual game, like if it was a CS:GO server, it's like 128 ticks. That's much different than RuneScape. That's 100 ticks per minute.
I'm almost positive RS3 does not run off of like nearly. Do you know this, Jimmy?
What?
RS3 game ticks.
No, they're not the same.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know they're not the same, but are they like? Is it slow, like
Yeah.
OSRS?
Yeah.
It felt slow and unresponsive, like OSRS feels slow and unresponsive, where you click around rapidly and your character rubber bands around in this random ass pattern.
Yeah.
And so here's what my very uninformed take on RS3 combat. They like tried to put a WoW hotbar into RuneScape.
Yeah.
And the cool idea that they had was you could build a what would you call it? You could build a rotation. And so it essentially functioned like OSRS, where you would click and then your character would fight and it would fight through the rotation. That was cool.
Oh, so you have like you could preset. When I think rotation, I think like WoW.
No, so it's both. You can preset it and have it auto go through, and you can also manually do it. But because both of those exist in the game, nobody playing the game would ever have it manually go. Like it just doesn't feel like. Yeah.
I feel like people have it manually go. This is just, I don't know if I remember hearing this, but I feel like for end game content, you definitely have to have it manually.
But the animations are terrible. The tactile feedback and like responsiveness is terrible, like compared to MMOs, which they kind of it starts feeling like a bad MMO and stops feeling like a good RuneScape at some point, and just felt really kind of.
It's like they tried to combine them, but ended up with the worst aspects of both.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it would have worked better with a simple version of like, let's put some skills in a RuneScape and you can build your preset and it will auto go. But the second they started making these like pretty massive skill bars and kind of felt like a shitty WoW, to be honest.
Yeah.
I played WoW on re-release when they re-released Classic.
Vanilla, you mean?
Yeah, the vanilla. And it was actually a lot of fun. And that's the only bit I've ever played of WoW, but it really felt like a.
You didn't play before vanilla? The vanilla re-release?
Yeah, it was too expensive. My parents would not pay for it.
That's fair. That's pretty fair.
And then once I stopped playing RuneScape in like halfway through high school when they got rid of free trade in the wilderness, and then it was I didn't really get back into any MMOs until after college. Yeah, after college. So never did. I felt like I was a little late to the WoW train by the time I either had money that I could spend on it or whatever.
Yeah, WoW is still pretty popular though. I would say WoW is still pretty big. Probably bigger than RuneScape, I would imagine, by a good bit.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which it gives me hope for the future of RuneScape. I feel like a lot of people are kind of doom and gloom right now.
Right now,
the economy is
it's a bad
crashing. We haven't had any new content. We haven't done anything since leagues. Like, it's just kind of a stale period right now. So I feel like a lot of people are kind of freaking out a little bit.
And if leagues hadn't happened, and you look back at the like amount of updates and how they've affected the game over the past year and a half, it's pretty.
There's like nothing.
Sparse.
There's not a lot. There's like Nightmare, which everyone almost universally hates.
Yeah, I don't want to say there's nothing because, like the guy that worked on Temple Ross is like, what the fuck, man? And I'm like, I get it. Like,
yeah,
It's cool. I actually like it. I like what they're doing, making these boss group style ways to skill. I think is really cool.
But here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
Is nobody was sitting at home going, I need a fucking fishing boss, dude. I'm fucking scratching and itching for a fishing boss. Please, God. The guy who worked on it, nice job out there. It didn't, have a max cash glitch or something. Good work. Should have been working on something else. Should have fucking worked on something else. Sorry.
If you guys want to see, if you could see any update in the game, what would you want to see?
Don't answer his question. This is our podcast. We ask the questions, and you pay for them. They all know that.
Answer the question.
I want to answer it so
you look
bad.
like you want to answer. Come on. Just say Raids 3 and get it over with.
I was gonna say Raids 3.
Okay,
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what everyone's go-to.
Raids 3.
Everyone's go-to is Raids 3, I think. And I've
we've
never
been
done
starving for complex PVM content.
Yeah.
That's like farmable.
And even Jimmy, to someone like you who you've never done Raids 1 or 2, it would.
I've done 1.
Okay, well,
Haven't done 2.
It would increase the value of Raids 1 and 2 substantially because people need the items again, and they're not just throwing another 1,000 raids with the boys because there's nothing else to do. They're doing Raids 3. We need it so badly for the economy and for the high-level player base and all the main account players. We really need a Raids 3. I would love to see all kinds of cool shit added to the wilderness and blah, 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 but I have such low expectations for that.
Oh, yeah, the wilderness. Yeah,
and it wouldn't help the way that Raids 3 would help people be excited about the game. So
yeah. I think the way that you can tell how fucked old school's economy is right now is by going on RuneScape 3, because the concept of inflation. As time goes up, things are worth more literal money. Money's worth more. Just how, the conversion rate, one bond on old school gets you 6-7 mil or whatever now. On RuneScape 3, it gets you 24 mil. That's a conversion rate. Now, the fact that an Amulet of Fury costs more, or it costs less on old school. It's like 1.3 mil on old school. Something like that. I don't remember what it was. And it's 3 mil on RuneScape 3. That conversion is fucky.
Is it really 3 mil on RuneScape 3?
3 mil on RuneScape 3.
Dude, I actually, I think on my second day in RS3, I PK'd a Fury.
Is that when you guys found that bot farm or whatever?
Yeah, and then I killed another player who was farming bots, and I got a Fury.
Yeah. No,
that
dude.
game is
But granted, there's so much new content on RuneScape 3, so like prices are going to be a little weird anyway. But just things went up. Things went up in price, and some things are more expensive on old school, or less. I don't know. There's weird shit. You notice how things should have went, and they didn't, because there's just the supply and demand thing going on. No one wants anything on old school because there's just so much of it being farmed and it's so cheap. They're not doing any money sinks. And then you look at RuneScape 3 where like they've had years of development of money sinks, and they have a well of the well of goodwill or whatever right outside
or something like that.
And we're like, why don't they just put that in old school anyway? Just have it there. I don't know how many people are going to use it. Just fucking have it there just in case. I don't know. Do something good. Just put it there. They don't do that in old school. They don't do anything money sync wise, anything smart. The duel arena still exists. It's like, make that a fucking money sync even more than it is. I don't know. So many things are wrong.
We need an item sync is what we need.
Item sync, money sync. We need a game server reset. Fuck it.
I think
No.
Jagex,
No.
I think Jagex should just go on the GE and buy a bunch of the items that, if there's too many, just buy them and then yeet the gold.
Yeah.
Well, there was a good idea on Twitter. I don't know if you guys saw this one, but there essentially could be some sort of like, so when you pay your fee to Death's Coffer if you die
where
or
that
whatever,
goes
into like a bank
out.
account, and then they'll it's like an ethereal bank account that will just buy gear that needs to be deleted and just delete it, and that's where the money goes. So it's not a money sink anymore, but it is a gear sink.
Right. And it actually adds money back into the game. But we need the item sync at the moment more than we need the money sync.
Yeah, like a dexterous prayer scroll is like 12 mil
I
or
know.
something right now.
Yeah.
Which is like ludicrous.
So I saw that, and my thought was that's a really good, cool system that it would be easier if they just just went and bought the items on the GE.
Yeah.
They could just do that, yeah.
Like twice a year and then just yeeted them.
But I feel like they
They
still
could do it
do need a
without telling
system
us,
though.
honestly.
Because
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. They could
Eventually-
literally just do it.
eventually it's just going to be the same exact place if they don't do anything to like prevent this scenario from
Yeah.
happening. Unless they just keep buying their own items from the GE, which is a good idea for
Yeah.
like the first start.
Mod Ash replied to that, and he was like, it's a good idea, but we like quite literally can't do it because of some engine work. So I mean, they could do it manually, but that system specifically, I don't think they could code in.
No way. And I don't think
Yeah.
even if they could code it in, I think it would be too complicated to try and balance the correct incoming items with the correct like buying strategy of the whatever algorithm they make to like buy the correct
Yeah.
items out of the GE. I think it would be easier for them just to pull up a spreadsheet like these are all the items in the GE. This is how many items have crashed dramatically that in price that we've red flagged here because there's way too many coming into the game. That's probably like one dude's afternoon, a long afternoon maybe, but
Yeah.
just one, and then just go buy them.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, gear is in the toilet. Something needs to be done, dude. Bando's chest plate is like 15 mil right now.
Dude,
Something like
yeah,
that.
it's pretty low.
It's really weird. They need
I'll
gear
fucking
syncs
take it,
for-
though.
I mean, yeah, it's nice, but I don't know, man. It's weird. The economy today. I don't know if you guys have logged in today. They just did a bunch of like the weapon
Mm-hmm.
nerfs and rebalances. Apparently, gear's in the shitter. I think I've lost like 300 mil bank value overnight.
Oh fuck! From what items?
Scythe specifically is down a lot apparently, and just everything in general. Everything they rebalanced.
Okay, I'm playing a pseudo Iron Man on my main, so I don't have any raids gear.
Yeah,
Uh,
you're
so
probably fine. I don't know. I
I'm
sold out and made a
probably pretty
hardcore,
safe.
so
Dude,
I don't
what
care
if
about the G
this
anymore.
is
Oh really?
wild.
Are you doing hardcore now?
I started one. Yeah, I hit a sub goal for it on my 24-hour stream. So
Do you think you'll stick with it?
I'm afraid that I'll like it. I'm really afraid. I'm not gonna lie.
Having done this pseudo Iron Man thing for a while now, it's pretty motivating. Like that,
Yeah,
it really adds a lot of value into a lot of grinds that you would just skip over completely on a main. Like
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
bosses,
Like-
barrows.
I've completed the main game. Like I've done every piece of content. I'm maxed. I have like nearly 20 pets. Like I've done a lot of things. So it's about time I change it up a little bit.
20 pets, holy shit!
I have
bro.
18 pets, but I have like the dusted omelet and like stuff like that, which is like a majority of the hours for those sort of things.
God, you played the shit out of the game in like
did.
3 years.
Yeah, I haven't even been playing for 3 years actually.
Yeah, man, you've been playing like you're putting it. There's some people that play like. I'm always blown away by how much Mudkip and Guns Chili play the game.
Mudkip fucking grinds. Oh my
Dude.
god.
Dude. Yeah.
Alkin too.
Unbelievable.
He also is a grinder.
Yep.
Like the
Yep.
amount of hours they put in is like actually crazy.
Alkin's been grinding for over a decade and a half, dude. That dude
Yeah.
is insane, man.
Yeah, he plays like 8 accounts at once, and they've all been
I
playing for 8
know.
years straight, dude. It's like
He's
oh,
like, this is my
holy
5th
shit.
Rune Dragon alt. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
talk about this update while I show you my progress in this account.
I almost maxed this account here. It's my 7th one. I'm about to max. Like,
Yeah.
I know, dude.
Jesus,
He'll
man.
like just accidentally be like, I wasn't gonna max it, but then I did.
I accidentally put in the 2,000 hours to max this account. It was-
God, dude, I've been watching Alkin max accounts and shit since like I think I've watched Alkin before anybody else. I think I've watched him the longest. Like I was watching him at the same time where I was like refreshing for a Chris Archie prod video to pop up, dude. Like he's been making these efficient progress videos in the same format forever since like
I don't know how he does
Divination
it.
was released, dude. Like I remember watching his Divination release day videos. Like this dude's insane, and he's still going. He doesn't stop. He never stops. He just keeps
I
going.
don't know how he doesn't stop. He must have like 10,000 like KC on every boss, like 20 million XP in every skill on every account. Like it's crazy.
I don't get it. I
Some
have
people
like
like it.
4.99s. That's it. I can't bring myself to do another one.
I actually hate leveling now. Fun fact. I literally am so annoyed when I have to level anything on any other account.
After being maxed, because you're just like,
Yeah, I'm spoiled now.
you're
I'm
like,
I
want to do the thing.
The only
But-
reason I max is so I would never have to skill again. That's it.
Nah,
No joke.
it's pretty good. I mean, that would be my motivation for sure.
Yeah.
When I started playing the game, I did a lot of skilling and merching and stuff. But then once I started actively playing and doing, got my quest cape and then started bossing and doing PVM and then PvP, skilling, I'm like, oh my God. It is not my thing. Unless I'm streaming and I'm just chatting with chat.
Yeah, that does make it easier.
Oh, the chat distractions while doing shitty grinds are the best. I tolerated mining 12k essence and then turning them all into fire runes because of streaming it and fucking around
Wow.
people. That was like
That
the
sounds
biggest.
even worse.
That was the
anything
biggest
I did.
grind I've done on stream, and it was like over the span of 3 days, and I would just do the same thing over and over again.
Oh, God.
And people just kept coming back. And I was like,
I think I'm going to do pest control on stream tomorrow.
Oh, that's a good call.
"Ooh, I love doing that."
Yeah,
I
I'll definitely do that
hate
one on stream.
pest control. But if it's on stream, then you're just, hanging out and it goes by.
Yeah.
But my God, if I had to like sit and play pest control,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how I like played RuneScape as hard as I did, but like a month into playing, I sat down and did full void start to finish in like a day.
damn, dude,
Just did it.
Fuck that.
damn. I've done it before, and I've done the elite void grind, and now I'm doing it on a White Wolf, and all I want to do is kill people, but I got to do this stupid pest. So it's taken a while. I've been breaking it up over a couple days.
God, I
Hopefully we
remember
finish
when
tomorrow.
Nine Rain first made his White Wolf account, and he's like, I don't even know if I'll get to level 70. This is gonna be a fun little thing to do early levels. We're like fucking
I know.
doing Fire
I
Strike at the
started it as a
GE.
joke. Like I was a couple levels in before I was ever like, maybe I could do something with this.
Yeah. Now you're over here like, well, I've got to grind for 86 hours for
It
one
turned
level.
into it turned into a main account.
Yeah.
Like
Such as RuneScape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, dude. I'm doing like Venge PKing. I just learned how to Venge fight.
it's fun.
It's really fun.
When I learned how to
never
do that,
PK'd.
dude, I was hooked.
Dude, you gotta try Venge fights.
It's fun.
They're so fun.
I gotta learn how to PK. I've literally never once PK'd.
I will teach you. It's not
Will
that
you?
hard.
Have you
Okay.
learned a
People
learned
are
a pot
shittier
trick?
than you think.
Have you learned
Do
the
what?
Have you learned the pot trick yet?
Pot trick?
Yeah,
is that
that's
when you
like-
like
dude, the
hide
pot
the
trick-
fact that you're potting or something?
I love
No,
that.
you hide. It's. Are you talking about where you pot to make people think you eat and then you spec them because you don't have a cooldown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, that's cool.
I love doing
But
that. It's just a little
People
baby
are
thing.
too bad. People are so bad that you don't need to do the pot trick.
I mean, I haven't PK'd doing that since Bounty Hunter Worlds were still here. So people are probably not as good as they used to because all the good ones are gone. I don't know.
I mean, were you doing that on
I was doing it on
with
my
Venge fighting?
I was doing it on my
on, like,
main
a Zerg
account.
or
Like at the same time I was doing like the pure stuff, like when we were both doing our pures, like back in the day.
Were you using an AGS, like DC me to AGS? Mm-hmm. We gotta fight Jim.
Yeah, we were doing that. Hold on one second. Yeah. Hey. Yeah, we're recording Bankstandin.
Get Flutton in here. We'll
Yeah,
do
we can get a guest on the podcast.
She won't do it. She immediately
never
saw
had a
she
special
saw the
guest.
light.
Get
She's
her
like,
in here.
I'm out.
No, she was streaming, wasn't she? So
Yeah, she just got done. Yeah.
so she's like all pretty and stuff.
She
so,
doesn't want to.
whatever. Well, we'll teach you to PK, brother.
Okay, yeah.
Join the
my
team.
other
It's
option. I was
very
gonna
fun.
slide into Oda's Twitter DMs and be like, "Come back, brother, teach me."
Dude,
Help me.
I've been watching. I love watching Oda. He's so funny.
I think he's a stellar streamer. I think he is one of the best streamers, just in terms
He's
of entertainment value.
He's incredibly good. He has like super high energy the entire time.
Yep. Oh my god, his chat loves him. I get people in my chat, and I know they're an Oda viewer because they just say Oda block words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They talk exactly like Oda Black talks. It's weird.
I'm a big fan. I like his stuff. I think it's great. And he's
Yeah.
fucking incredible at peak at
He's really
PvP.
good.
He's so damn good.
He's extremely
it's mind blowing. I like, and head and shoulders above anybody else I can think of, except for like maybe the three other best guys in the game. It's not even close.
Man, I got devastated the last time. It wasn't even like a real interaction. It was when I ended a stream, and I was like, oh, I've never rated Odablock before, and I have all these people here who'll appreciate it. It'll be big enough to pop up for them. So I did it. I must have rated him at such a disappointing time in his life, or some devastating thing just happened to him. Because for one, he wasn't even like the one playing the account that he was doing at the time. Like he had a buddy at his computer PKing for him or something, and he was like over the chair, like looking like just fucking upset at something. And
That's funny.
I rated him, and his friend was like, "Oh man, like Jimmy rated you, man. Like he was like 1 billion viewers, dude." And Oda was like, didn't give a shit. He was just like, he was like, "Oh man, I don't know who Jimmy. I don't know Jimmy." And I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
I don't know, Jimmy.
That's so funny.
I'm like, dude. I mean, I've never actually had a conversation with him, but like we're Twitter, we follow each other. He knows who I am. I know who he is. But
That's
like,
funny.
You weren't even fighting him, and he sat you.
He sat me. He sat me down, and dude, it was like the people that raided with me were like,
that was
oh
his
fuck,
fucking Invisavenge, bro.
yeah, dude. I had somebody message me on Instagram after that and be like, "Yo, Jim, man, I was in your raid. Like, I could just feel how devastated you were when he like said that to you," and I'm like, "Oh fucking K, dude." You had no idea what I was doing. I was off. I wasn't streaming anymore. You just assumed that would hurt me. Fuck, man. Now it hurt.
God.
Now I'm thinking about it. It's like, it was shitty, dude. So that was my one interaction of just being like, I don't know, Jimmy. That was my last Oda interaction that I had, and it was sad for me.
Yeah.
It's
Do you
devastating.
guys get really weird like Twitter and Instagram DMs all the time?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Because this is new to me. I get some really weird ones.
I have
Yeah.
people who send me, like, you know how you'll see like a funny tweet or something, you'll send it to a buddy. I have multiple people who like I don't follow. I have to approve to like even see the message that they send, and it's always blurred out. And I'm always like risking my life, like fucking like, what is this? And it's just them sending me memes to me, like that they find, like tweets or like a different Instagram post. I'm just sharing it, like
cool.
we're Discord friends. Like, look at this
very
funny
nice.
thing
That's
I
very
saw.
nice
I
of
thought
them.
you'd love this or something. And I'm like, you won't even see that I read this. And they've sent like 12 in a month. Like they just do this.
Wow. Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird.
It's dedication.
It is.
It is weird.
My Twitter DMs got a lot weirder after the podcast with General Sam. There was a peak in like weirdos.
Yes, everywhere.
What did you guys
after
talk
that.
about on that podcast?
I mean, it wasn't so
actually
much what we
don't
talked
remember what we
about.
talked about.
Yeah, we talked
Yeah.
about a bunch of shit. It was just the fact that like General Sam's crowd is insane sometimes. It's
I don't know General Sam. Who's that?
he's a variety
Not a RuneScape
guy.
guy.
He's a really
okay.
he's so fucking funny. He blew up from Tarkov recently. And I did a video with him, and then me and Nine Rain both went on his podcast at separate times, and then we brought him on here. He's just a good guy. He's just funny. He's very straightforward about shit. He's not afraid to say things that people are thinking but will get in trouble for saying, so he takes the liberty of saying them. So, big ups to him for that.
Need one of those guys.
He's a respectable man, but granted, since he does say these things, he gets the more edgier crowd following him. So naturally, when he comes to our podcast and it gets over 100K viewers, and then they come and see us, come to our platforms and our videos, and they make comments, it's very evident that they are from General Sam, because they are just weird as fuck sometimes and say the weirdest shit. We probably still have a few lurking here that watch episodes still, but they're probably
it's like finding an Oda viewer in the wild. They put Z's in all of their
yeah,
words. I get it.
It's like, oh, you watch
Brozer.
him.
OGS.
Yeah.
I do say OGS, and I don't even. That was
I haven't
something
heard
that
that one.
snuck into my vocabulary that it happened accidentally.
I don't think I've heard of OGS.
It's just more comfortable to say than AGS.
It kind of
OGS.
is. I can
OGS
get
is
that
just
from the
way
OGS
more comfortable.
standpoint.
OGS.
I don't know why. I don't know why he says OGS, but he says it.
All right.
Yeah.
I feel like he's probably just sitting back, like, well, what can I say to make people start saying it? Let's see how quick this catches on.
I bet he does, and it catches
no way
on
he does
immediately.
it. There's no way he does it.
It's
He
very
knows.
smart.
Yeah.
Yo, Jim. So wait, we did Barb Assault with Sput like last week. I didn't actually know that Sput streamed or did content
Recently.
Except there were like 2 or 3 times where Sput did something hilarious at Barb Assault that I was like, this guy's gotta do RP shit. Like, there's no way he doesn't. He's very good.
Yeah.
So then I went and looked him up and found him GTA RP streaming. I didn't know he has a character named Textucky who's like bros with Charbon.
That's new. That's a new thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, the connections. I was like, wait a minute. He knows, and then also,
Yeah.
and then fucking. So sorry, Tasty. You're just gonna have to indulge me. This is the funniest fucking thing. I saw a there during this GTA RP stream. They're at a court scene, getting sued for something, and so anyways, it's this like 4 or 5 hour court battle in a GTA RP server, and the whole time there's this like fucked up little pug looking dog next to them, and I didn't like the model was all fucked, and he just was this sad little funny looking dog. Yeah. And at some point someone made a comment like to Sput like, hey, go pick up that dog, like he needs something. And so Sput comes and picks up this dog. And I was cracking up because the characters all glitched out, and I've been watching this dog just kind of like chill in the corner for like 2 hours. And then Sput's like, I said something in chat, and Sput was like, hey, you know that's Ben, right? And I was like, what the fuck? He was like, yeah, that dog is Ben Banana. Ben was literally just RPing this like hilarious little fucking dog for like yeah, he's got this stupid little, but he hadn't said anything, or if he had, I didn't know it was coming from the dog. But just like having this dog be a side character, and then 2 hours later, someone telling me that was Ben, I was dead, dude. I couldn't believe it. It was so funny.
He's the goofiest fucking guy. It's so funny, dude.
Have you ever watched, Tasty, have you ever watched any GTA RP stuff?
I've never really watched it. It's very strange to me. I'm not gonna lie. The whole like RP scene.
I've never watched it either. And yes, it's strange. There are a couple guys who are really good, and if you watch them, it is very funny. And
is it supposed to be comedy, or is it RP in the fullest sense, where it's like
really depends on it really depends on the person.
Yeah. So that's the thing. I have tried Twitch RP in that same GTA server that you saw them playing on. I've gone in with Games John and done things with him, and he played a what is it? Juggalo? Is that right? The clown?
Is that
Insane
the
Clown Posse?
Insane Clown Posse.
Insane Clown Posse, yeah.
Yeah. So he's got this crew that he started that they're just juggalos, and they run around as clowns, and like their whole shtick is that they suck at being criminals, and they're like trying to like become good guys by like framing people and snitching on them so that like they look like they're ratting out bad guys. And so I've been on the server, and it was the weirdest experience because there's guys like John who are they're there to be funny. They're there to like lighten people up and just play this goofy, ridiculous
John is
character.
also incredibly good at coming up with like lines out of nowhere. He can take something where there's a group of people and nothing is happening, and then he'll just be like, all right, guys, I heard this the other day, blah, 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 blah. And it just like blows the whole thing into a new scene.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's insane. He's so funny. He's on the dot. He's got some witty shit to say. But I'm rolling around with him, and I'm slowly learning the crowd of these GTA RP servers, and that there's guys like John and Bed and Charborg and Sput who like, you know, they're RPing. They're on this RP server, but they're being funny. They're playing a funny character who's absolutely ridiculous. But like over half of the people on the server are playing like an actual role-playing character that's like that they're taking seriously, and they're actually role-playing as if they are that person. And I had no idea that that was how it worked. So when I went on the server, I'm like learning all these things that they do, how to make money. And some people choose to have a profession of being like a robber. So they go to ATMs around the map and like they steal, but like, you know, they can't get caught because then they can get arrested and go to fucking court or whatever, or jail. So I saw John take a picture of somebody robbing an ATM, and this whole scenario played out where, you know, it was really funny interaction with the cops and stuff that like he was snitching on him. So then I went by myself and I saw this girl robbing an ATM, and I took my camera out to start like to go snitch on her and send it to John, be like, we got one. And as I'm taking it, she looks over at me and I fucking sprint away. And I'm like, oh no, she saw. And then the car pulls around the corner and this girl hops out the car, gun pointed at me, saying like, what the fuck is your problem? Taking pictures from girls standing far away. And I'm like, no, you're robbing that area. She's like, you think it's okay to take pictures of girls without permission from distances? And then out of nowhere, like 6 more cars fucking show up and start getting on me about me being a fucking creepy weirdo for taking pictures of girls from far away. I'm like, you guys are like being like funny, right? And then I asked people about it. I asked John like away from the server, like, what was that? And he's like, oh no, people take this like seriously. Like people are like actually really weird about stuff like that sometimes. So I'm like,
you accidentally roleplayed as a pervert.
I accidentally roleplayed as a fucking creepy weirdo taking pictures of people from far away when I was just trying to like do exactly what John did earlier, but apparently
wow. That would like blow my mind. I would not know how to react.
I haven't been back since then because I was like, that's unless I'm going in with a huge crowd of people who have like a thing planned, I don't want to deal with those people. I don't want to like involve myself with people who take things that seriously, because people do. They take things very seriously there.
So how do the servers work? Are there like a couple big GTRP servers?
Yeah, this Twitch RP one that they always play on, you apply and get whitelisted, and it's usually
Is
like
it called Twitch RP?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the name of the server?
Yeah, it's Twitch RP, and you just apply on their website, and then usually it's like, you know, somebody who's playing the server, so like they contact admins, be like, hey, this guy just applied, then they get you on. But
cool.
Yeah, no, it's, I know the big ones like No Pixel or something. That's where all the big guys.
Yeah, that's the one I saw like XQC playing or something.
Yeah,
like that.
that's a huge one. I think Odablock got banned from it or something. I think that's
he did.
He got banned from that.
Server.
Yeah.
How did he get banned from that? Did he say OGS or something?
He actually has a video I saw part of that so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
But I think he has a video explaining why he got banned from NoPixel.
Yeah, I know. The one clip I saw of him playing GTA RP is like he was playing some like Peaky Blinders character of like being some mafia dude from the early 1900s or something, and he was just like talking to a guy having a conversation and just pulled out a gun and shot him in the head and then ran away. And I'm like, that'll probably get you banned. It's probably just not the RP they're looking for.
I don't know.
It's fun.
A wrench in the works.
It's super fun, but like in a server like that, they take the whole like, you know, value your life. Like you have to have a will to live.
If you don't value your life
or
like,
other people's lives,
like losing your life in the game is very important and dramatic, they'll get you out of there.
Yeah,
that's a little too much for me, I think.
Yeah,
I can't really immerse myself that much. I'm not a very good actor, so I can't really.
I haven't tried RP too much. I don't feel like I'm super good at it. I don't know.
I'm not very empathetic. I don't know. Can't do it.
I like the subtle RP. Like when we're playing, like when we were all playing Trouble in Terrorist Town or something, or like we're playing Squad and Valheim. Yeah, like just
Squad was fun.
Yeah, just like scenario based bullshit like that, where it's just on the fly. I'm cool with that RP. But the second I have to like respond in a serious matter to an EMT lady who logs on this game every day to go respond to dead dudes in this RP server, and I have to type my scenario to them in a serious way and give them vocal permission to touch me, to patch me up. I'm like,
I'd be like, touch me, please.
Not my thing.
Please touch me. I'm so lonely.
That might get you kicked out too.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever play Daisy?
Yeah. Yep.
Did we try and play Daisy together once, Jimmy?
Maybe.
I don't know that I ever played. There's a couple games that Jimmy has tried to get me to, like some of those military sims, but I haven't. Short answer, no.
I did get you on the Arma 2 DayZ for a second, because you're in that DayZ video of mine for a brief second when an airplane crashes on the runway.
I remember that.
Yeah, we got.
You played the Arma 2 version.
Yeah, we played both for that DayZ video I did.
So it's a DayZ mod in Arma 2 that they then later made the
Into a
game
standalone.
DayZ.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember now.
I accidentally joined an RP server on the DayZ standalone, and like I don't know how graphic I'm allowed to get on the podcast here, but
We don't care.
Some pretty unspeakable things happened, dude. I spawned in. I didn't know. I spent my first day like unaware. I didn't see anyone else on the server. I geared up decently, and then I was walking through one of the towns on like the southern coastline, one of the smaller ones, and there was like a fire in the middle of the road or something like that. It was some sort of, it was like a lure or something. There was this group of people that were RPing as cannibals, and like long story short, I like ran away.
The fire was a lure to like
to
bait
draw
you
people in,
over
because
there?
like why would there be a fire in the middle of the road?
I
Like,
fucking love that.
It's very strange. And like they essentially I like ran away from them or something. I don't know. The next person that I ran into, I don't know if it was a part of the same group, but essentially he like tied me up, like took all my clothes off, like said really weird things into his microphone, and like force fed me like cleaning solution and shit like that.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like basically like doing some weird like Buffalo Bill type shit to me. Yeah, most of the I don't want to repeat the things he said to me over the mic, but like he said weird things to me, man. And I was killed and eaten by cannibals, and it was just it was a weird time, man. It was quite strange.
God.
Yeah. No, we tried playing a DayZ, like the official DayZ servers. We were trying to find like a good server to go in and film stuff. So we're like, let's find a good RP server. And so we go to this one. It's like a huge RP community that's like a whitelist thing. So we had to fill out a huge application for it. And we're like, okay, probably just, jotting things down just to whitelist you. And it was me, Thinley, and Papa, and we all applied to the same one. And all of us got denied in less than an hour, because you have to write a autobiography in the application that has to be over 250 words, and our autobiography of bullshit did not comply with their canon lore that they set for their server.
You were supposed to write it first person as your character.
Yes.
Huh.
Wow.
And
I can respect that. That's cool.
People like
that.
their RP,
Some
man.
people are like that into their
No,
thing,
but,
and
like-
you protect the world.
No, but the thing is we had to write how we got to Russia, right? Like it was like how we got to this area in this zombie apocalypse thing. So we're like, we were, I think mine was like, I was a journalist. I was coming here to report on it. And in the midst of it,
That's fun.
the flights
That's
got
pretty
down,
good.
right?
Yeah.
Sounds good, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, no, flights did not make it here. Like that does not comply with it. No one
Flights
from
did
the
not.
United States
Gotta
made
read
it.
the lore, Jimmy.
Yeah, come on, man. You didn't read their encyclopedia, my guy.
I didn't
That's
fucking
on you,
read this
man.
whole novel that they had, and I
on you.
got denied. All of us did. And so we're like, well, I guess we're not playing. But in the meantime, while we were waiting for that application process, we were going to people's profiles, and we're like, holy shit, people go like crazy on here. Like this is so in depth. And we went to like some girl's profile, and she was like, she had all these things of like what's okay and not to do that's okay. And it was like this list of don'ts. And it was like forced rape, like fucking biting off fingers and force feeding human parts. And we're like, what the fuck happens here, dude?
Yeah, I guess because you
you'd
think
be
that
surprised, man.
like you think a lot of those are reactionary. They're like, that's a rule because someone did that.
That's what I
Yeah,
was thinking. I was
someone
like,
had to create that
someone thought of this. Like they
I love the oddly specific rule.
Yeah,
where
dude,
you're
it
like,
was so
wait.
weird.
I
Yeah.
was force-fed human meat by the cannibals, actually. Because you can kill
That's,
people.
that's
and, like,
the
cut them
sound
up.
bit. That's the sound bit that we're putting at the beginning, Troh. Oh my god.
Oh, that's
God.
perfect.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
it was
man.
very crazy thing that we did not fully experience, but we got a glimpse of what those servers can
Guys,
be.
I gotta get on one of these servers. There's some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, DayZ is one of my favorite games. I played like 500 hours of DayZ.
I played 500 hours of the Arma 2 one for sure. Not the real. I don't know.
Standalone is a sack of shit. Like, it's really buggy, but that kind of made it fun for me. Like, you never knew, like, when you logged on to your server if you were still going to have all your equipment, because sometimes it just gets deleted.
Yeah.
Did you ever play PUBG?
Oh yeah, PUBG. I played probably 300 or 400 hours of PUBG too.
Hell yeah, I played the shit out of that game.
Yeah.
Well, what reminded me of it was that, like, the glitchiness was annoying, but like, and all the buggy vehicles and all that shit. But the glory days of PUBG, when everything just kind of was a little broken,
Yeah,
were so fun.
it was
Like,
fun. As
some of
fuck.
the best moments were just shit breaking and teleporting and exploding and whatever.
Yeah, man, me and my buddies played so much PUBG. Like, right when it was released, probably for like 6 straight months, we did nothing but play PUBG together.
Yeah, I was working in LA at an esports studio, like the company we did esports, and so everybody there was on the PUBG hype train. It was very fun. It was a lot of fun. I put like 600, 700 hours into it.
Yeah, dude, Flutton put in like 800 something hours of that shit. I never touched it.
I would have put in more, but it just
everyone says that started it. Like that it just went
cheaters.
to shit.
Yeah,
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it went to shit really quickly.
Yeah.
Really, really quickly.
it was honestly they just didn't give it enough support. They could have had more map development, better servers, and better anti-cheat, and
Yeah.
the game would still be big.
Well, we tried it last year. You brought me into a game last year
Yeah.
for a little bit, and it was
Did it go
okay.
well?
It was like we played
I
like
haven't played
2 or
since
3 games of
2017.
it and didn't touch it again.
I hop in every once in a while. The last time I played, I was just in a random duo with a guy, and I remember like making decisions and like making calls to go around the map and like start these fights, and it was really weird because he was just like trailing me. Like, he would just be on my 6 following me everywhere.
It's a little puppy.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
in like a really weird way where he like wasn't interacting with the map and the terrain. And we'd be coming up on like a ridge where we need to check, or like, he wasn't acting like a normal human.
It was like a bot just following you around.
And so, no, because it was a dude, we were just chatting.
Oh,
I didn't realize until we got down to like the final 4 and it was me and him versus another duo. It became clear immediately that the guys we were fighting had wall hacks or whatever, because they would pre-fire before I was coming up over a ridge, and I'd be like, okay, I see what's happening. And then it clicked, and I was like, oh my God, my duo partner also has fucking wall hacks. and so I died in that last firefight, obviously, because they're cheating. And so then I go into his second person perspective, and immediately you could tell he knows exactly where they are. He can see them through. He's walking, staring at like a fucking cliff, just going like this.
yeah.
And then the
Like tracking him. Yeah.
tracking him through the terrain. And I was
Jeez,
like,
dude.
oh my God. Everybody else in the top 4, it was me and this other dude, and then 2 other cheaters, and my buddy was cheating. And I was
Everyone
like,
is cheater. Yeah.
I was like, what the hell is this stupid ass game? Like,
It's
I'm
fucked
trying to
up.
play it, but still nothing will beat making like a flick headshot with the K98 at 200 yards.
Was a good feeling.
It was a good
That's a
feeling.
fun game, dude.
It was so fun.
Damn, I can't wait for me and Tasty to get some CS:GO cheaters, since that's
Dude, I want to
Oh
play.
yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
fine,
come
you
play
can
CS:GO,
come.
man.
You
I'm
can
definitely
come.
have to shake off the rust. I'm probably dog shit right now, but I
I'm-
bet I'll
I'm-
be solid gold Nova 4 in a
Nightring's got
couple
that
days of
natural
practice.
FPS talent though. So
Do you?
I'm good at shooting people in the head, but
That's really important. in
It's
CS:GO.
very
my
important.
game knowledge is so bad. So I frustrate my teammates because I'm worse than they think I am. Like, I make stupider plays. So to good players, I'm very frustrating, because they will watch me and just be like, what the fuck is he doing?
Yeah.
And they don't realize that I'm a little goo goo gaga baby. And I'm just like, help me. Please.
Sometimes that works though.
Yeah.
Sometimes breaking the meta hard like that against better players will throw them off.
It does.
I was the
Yeah.
best worst legendary eagle player of all time. Like I made the worst plays, and sometimes they would just work out because like who would do that?
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
would stand in the middle of A site during like a rush when they all execute, like all the smokes are up. I'm just in the middle of the site. No cover. Like they're just all wide peeking because they don't expect me to be there, and it's just free shots.
I don't know what any of that means, and that's exactly why I'm.
Jimmy
like,
knows a
your
few of those
kid.
words.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
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 Because my friends who were good at the game would say those exact things. I would be clutching around and headshotting people with a deagle, and they're like, first of all, why the fuck do you have a deagle right now? You have like 9,000, and we're trying to like get by on this very important round. Fuck you. Second of all, who the fuck stands there? What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And then I would clutch the round, and they'd be like, fuck you, man. Fuck you. And I'm just like, ha 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 ha.
Fuck yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right. So are we going to play right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Podcast's over.
All right. Podcast
See
is
you guys
over.
later. Actually, my Chipotle is at the door. I'll be right back.
Okay, but
Yeah.
but
Well, I actually
podcast
have
is
to
over.
pee and eat. So yeah.
Yeah, podcast is over now. It's
Okay.
done.
Yeah. I'm ending the
All
recording.
right.